Hey everybody, this is Tina with 85th House Vibrations, and welcome to your monthly readings for team. In honor of Halloween, I'll be using a little spooky filter. I know a few of you were put off by that, and I'm sorry, but I want to have a little bit of fun, do something a little different. And in the upcoming months, I'll be getting back to semi-normal. And I say semi because nothing's ever really normal where I'm coming from. And remember, if I get on camera looking like the Crypt Keeper, you asked for it. Anyway, the other thing is that I will be using a new spread. It is a card spread. It's called the Planetary Spread. And it has a card for uh, the two luminaries, which are the sun and the moon. And there's a card placement for Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and then there's an outcome card. So that is a total of 8 cards in the spread. Let me know what you think about it. So far, so good. I think I have confused a few people in some of the previous videos, and like I mentioned to I think Virgo and Libra and so forth. I'm actually an astrologer first, so a lot of times I interject a lot of astrology into tarot readings, and it may throw some people off. I'll try to simplify it if I can, or make it more understandable. But let me know what you guys think about the spread. Let me know if it works for you or if you like the 3 card spread that I've been using. It gives a lot of information as well. So, if you have a notion to, just let me know how you feel about that. Um, and if you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe. If any of you would like a personal reading, you can contact me at tina at 85thhousevibrations.net. And with that, let's get on to our readings. Hey Pisces, let's get started. In the sun position, which is the position of the sun rules the self. This is going to be about your vitality, your success, your achievements, recognition, fame, fortune, happiness, joy, your public standing, authority. um, in that position, you have the Nine of Cups reversed. This also talks about ego, our soul. I mean, this is a card that is really and truly about everything self. And with the Nine of Cups in that position, Pisces, you be feeling like your wishes, you feel like your wishes aren't coming true. Or you be feeling like it's like, right when I think I got it, I don't got it. You kind of feel like sometimes when it comes to the things that you do and the things that you want to be about and accomplish, feel like you get right there, right in front of like you were running a race. You get about feet from the finish line, get a Charlie horse, and then the guy behind you wins. Or, you just never make it to the finish line. That's how that Nine of Cups reverse could be making you feel as well. This could also be about unfulfilling sex. You may not be getting those fulfillments at all. There'll be some problems with that. Or you be feeling like your partner is not satisfying you. There be a need to look in more seriously into your physical fitness. You just need to adopt an exercise routine, not necessarily to uh, help you look better or lose weight or anything, but I feel like maybe some sort of regular exercise, go to the gym a few times a week, or whatever it is you do, but that physical activity, I feel like if you do that, Pisces, it really could give you some emotional release and satisfaction. And we're going to talk about why you need that. And coming right up, actually. Oh no, let's finish with the Nine Cups. There's some more things about the cups. This is called the wish card. So that's one of the reasons I talked about with it being in the position of self, you be feeling like you haven't gotten what you wished for. The other thing is, okay, let's say you did get what you wished for, Pisces. When the Nine of Cups is upright, it's about making a wish, and it's also about including others in your good fortune. Well, with it reversed, you have hit some sort of windfall. You know, you just have some good fortune. You're not sharing it. No, you're gonna hoard all of those cups. And grab them all up, hoard them. And you know what, Pisces? That's not like you. So you know, I mean, but not for everything. But that is not normally like you, Pisces. This could even suggest that in the month of some of you Pisces could have the tendency to feel that those that don't have as much as you do uh, are a they're a little they're I'm sorry, they are a little less valuable. You may feel like there are just certain people that just don't meet your standards this month, Pisces. Now I want to say this. This, like I said, is the sun position. And the sun is in Libra. Libra falls in your eighth house in your astrological chart. The eighth house is primarily, well, one of the first things that we say when we speak of the eighth house is other people's resources. So this is generally the resources of your spouse, your significant other. This could also be about inheritances. This could be about lotto, um, loans from banks. The eighth house is also about uh, hidden things. But in the 12th house is about hidden things as well. But in the eighth house, we generally hide things because there's a there's reasons that we don't want people out. This the eighth house is generally the house of things that we hide things from people intentionally, and the 12th house is generally about things that are hidden from us. The eighth house is, about the occult. It's about sex. That house is ruled by Scorpio, and this you're operating like this with somebody that more than likely you're married to, your husband or your wife. So you are either feeling like they are not fulfilling you, maybe they are not living up to your expectations. You have some things stashed away that your partner doesn't know about. And you could be at a point in the month of where you just simply feel like your partner is not up to your standards. Maybe they once were, but now you're not so sure about that. Now, in Libra, though, because the sun is in Libra, like I said, um, they take the sting off of it a little bit because Libra is balanced and fair, but this could also suggest that because Libra is about the scales of justice. So if there's something going on, and I told you that the eighth house, maybe I didn't say, but the eighth house can be about courts and things like that as well. And when we talk about other people's resources, if something were to go on, you could find yourself actually having to um, divvy up some of the very stuff that you've been trying to hide. And with this nine of cups and this being you, I could actually see some of you Pisces in court in the month of April. So let's see if we can find out why. In the moon position, and the moon is about the home. It's about the private sector of life. It's about your personal life. Uh, it's about feelings that are only generally seen by people that are close to you. The moon is about what makes you feel safe and comfortable. It's about your subconscious. The moon can be, and it can talk about your relationship with the mother or the maternal figure in your life. Um, it's a feminine energy. It's going to be about nurturing. So in that position of all of those things, or one, or at least one, two, three, we've got the strength card reversed. With the strength card reversed in the position of the moon Pisces, you be kind of feeling emotionally either out of control. You're not feeling like your emotional self. You're not be feeling as emotionally strong, as you once did. And you actually feel like you are, fighting some type of emotional monster. In the position of the moon, though, you not be telling anybody. This could be something that you have tried to deal with on your own, something emotional that you've been trying to deal with on your own. And now it's getting out of control. You are no longer in control of that emotional situation. The beast has taken over. And maybe you feel that the more you accumulate, because the moon is about intuition too. So part of the reason that the beast have taken is because you intuitively know that something may be about to happen. There may be some shakeups in your day to day life. So you be having a feeling about that. And, like I said before, you have some things that you may not be telling your significant other about. You could be stockpiling, just trying to make sure that if something does happen, that you have all that you need. And at this point, with this being in the position of self, that is, pretty much you're worried about you right now. You're worried, anything else, you'll cross that bridge when you get there. But right now, you are in self preservation mode. But, things are getting out of control with, the way you are having to emotionally deal with things. You be feeling like at this point that you got to keep all of this to yourself. And like I said, when the beast has taken over, so many times when we internalize things, they grow and grow and grow. And the next thing you know, we got a big monster on our hands that we can't kill. So, okay, let's move on. In the position of Mercury, which is about our communication, it's our intellect, it's the way we express ourselves to other people. Uh, Mercury can be about work, uh, short distance travels, your neighborhood, childhood friends, siblings, lower education. Oh, I mean, the list goes on and on about community. Anyway, you have the Three of Cups in the Mercury position. So I'm looking at this like you're thinking about the celebration is over for you. And this is also happening in your eighth house of other people's resources. Now, on the flip, this Three of Cups reverse could talk about, because of the way you're feeling about things, you actually be doing a little too much celebration. This can be about overindulgence. And sometimes, Pisces, when we have problems, we um, we will self-soothe, self-medicate. We are looking for the immediate self-gratification. And, for whatever reason, when we are trying to get immediate self gratification, for whatever reason, most times that just really doesn't work out in the most healthy way. The other thing I see with this Three of Cups is you are just not willing to express yourself. You're not willing to talk about what's on your mind, even though you're dealing with this beast. But maybe because this is happening in your eighth house, like I said, of other people's resources, you may not be willing to talk to your spouse about how you feel emotionally. You may feel like the celebration is over, or maybe the good times is over with that person. Maybe just life overall. You're compensating possibly by being overindulgent. Also, with this happening in the eighth house, and talked a little bit about courts, and this is the Three of Cups. So, there may be, if there's going to be some sort of legal separation or legal changes within your relationship, there may be a child involved. This also could talk about the way I see it is, if if and this is for those of you, of course, that who be in a marriage, and this is not going to apply to maybe Pisces, but for those of you who now it has gotten to the point where we got to take it to court. This could be about that third cup could be a mediator, or somebody, God forbid, that ends up having to make the decisions for your life. And I always hate that. I was telling another sign, I can't think of who it was right now, but I said the same thing because they had some looks like support stuff going on. And I was telling them, if you can at all, try to work it out. Try to work something out, between the two of you. I always feel like it's going to be far more worth it in the end if you can keep the courts and stuff like that out of your business. I mean, it just really bugs me when somebody that has no idea about you, your life, or how you live it, or what's going on between you and another person, and they make a black and white decision on something with you, and they don't care about how they make this decision. They go home to their own lives at night. So they just want to hurry up, make a decision, get it over with, move on to the next case, and maybe either one of you get treated fairly. So if this comes down to where some of you are feeling like, okay, it's time to take it to court, even if it's people's court, I would say try to work it out if you can first. And maybe some, there may be some times where you have to work through some struggles. If a breakup occurs, people don't play nice. Just if you have it in you at all and you have to uh, go your separate way from somebody, I'm just feeling like I should say try to work it out with them first. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that there is a breakup happening. Like I said before, this could be somebody simply not wanting to express themselves to the other about their feelings around the resources. Um, Again, this is about sex. You, I said before that you be feeling unfulfilled or satisfied sexually, and you just not have the heart to tell the other person. For some of you, there could be something going on at work. I don't know if maybe some of you could be um, involved with somebody at work, and then because it's in the work position, and okay, it's and I'm not saying some people do it and they do it very successfully. It's not, it's like not always the best idea to mess around with somebody at work, but this is the Three of Cups. So God forbid there's something going on at work and and there's a third person. I'm not saying that in a judgmental way. I'm just like, wow, that's interesting stuff right there. So for some of you, it could be that there's something going on at work. There may be some sort of love triangle that you're in at work. I'm not laughing, Pisces. I'm really not. So moving on, in the Venus position, which is going to be about Venus is about money. It's about uh, creative expression. It's about what you feel beautiful, what you find beautiful, what you're attracted to. It's also about what makes you comfortable, but in a different way than the moon. Venus things are things that you go out and possibly buy to make you feel comfortable. It's your taste in things. It is the way you maintain your home. It's the way you give and receive love. Venus is a feminine energy, but this can often be, uh, if you are, this can often be the woman in a romantic relationship, and it doesn't have to be. But I gotta say too that being the Page of Pentacles, this is going to be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or it could be you, Pisces, that is projecting these energies this month. You have Pisces. There's something. Okay, this could be this Page of Pentacles could be your significant other. But before I get into that, this could also be about maybe something that you were working on that actually turned out really good, and you're proud of it. And Pisces, you should be. Um, this could be about a task or project completed that is going to bring you uh, gains that make you feel comfortable. You're going to like what you get. You're going to like the return. Whatever it is that you've completed or done, accomplished, you're going to like what you get in return. Or you're going to like what those things afford you to do. You did a good job. Now, this could also be about somebody bringing you news um, about some particular project or task or some sort of games. Pisces, this is kind of adding to me that this, I'm starting to see the office as opposed to the home. I'm not saying this isn't going on in the home for some of you, but more and more, I'm starting to see a workplace romance. So let's back up. So all the way back to the Nine of Cups, just for a second. There could be somebody at work that is propositioning you, but I feel like they're in your league. I'm not sure what these. You may not have the. I mean, you may not have the heart to tell them that. Pisces, this could also be about you making a choice. If this is a work romance, the, you have been waiting specifically for the Page of Pentacles, this Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn to come and make, and ask you out or whatever the case be. And it may have been causing you some emotional anguish while, you waited to see, or, whatever it was, while you tried to get this thing to develop with the Page of Pentacles. I don't know if I said Page of Wands, but this guy's the Page of Pentacles. Pisces, I've gone into a separate situation because I feel like for some of you, this is going to be going on at home, and it's going to be the spotlight is going to be on other people's resources, and that there could even be some legal situations with that. But then again, for another chunk of you Pisces, like I said, I feel like this is a workplace romance, and you feel like one of these people is not up to your standards. And I'm going to tell you who that is in a minute, at least who I think it is. Pisces, I'm feeling, I think you're the boss. Or you, I think that you are the supervisor, the boss. I feel like you are their superior. Or it's possible that, no, no, because the knights are superior to the page. So I was talking about the Page of Pentacles. And I'm feeling like you are, and I'm getting to that in a minute. So, but no, I think that you would be this person's superior. If this is a workplace romance, Pisces, I feel like you're the boss here out of everybody. Anyway, so it could be that you get news about a project that's completed. It could be, that you're very proud of something that you worked on, or there could be some workplace romance where you are waiting for the one who is a little more established, a little more your speed to come along, and you don't really want to hurt somebody's feelings by, telling them no or telling them that you are interested in somebody else. And I think the reason that you are waiting particularly for the page is because if you could see this spread, let me tell you what's going on first. In the Mars position, we have the Knight of, can't see, the Knight of Swords. Um, and I feel like that is you in the month of October, Pisces. And let me see, Venus is in Scorpio in 8th house. If there's a workplace romance going on, this could be even maybe something as some type of um, love triangle that is going on in a college, or there may be somebody or somebody's amongst these three who is possibly from another country. They're different ethnic background, or um, different heritage. They are from somewhere else, somewhere far, far away. Hmm. There's so much I could say about this. And okay, I'm just gonna move on. So in the Mars position, we've got the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords, which I think is you Pisces, is somebody who um, he's quick with his thoughts, and sometimes he can be sharp with his words. He's smart, but he's got some things to learn. But this Knight of Swords and this Page of Pentacles are looking directly at each other as if they have something in common. And this could simply be about something that the two of you have worked on together, even though you probably did most of the work, Pisces. And either way, this could be something that you guys worked on together, and it could be simply you waiting for some news from this person about, it's good, it's completed, yay. Um, or, this could be what, you waiting for this person to come ask you out. Okay, so in the Jupiter position, and Mars, okay, that's going to answer some questions. Mars is in your 11th house. So to add another layer to this could also be a love triangle that's happening amongst a group. This could be groups of friends. This could be, you belong to some sort of organization or club. I mean, this could even be, at the gym. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there for now. But this, like I said, this could be friends or a group you belong to, organization. Now, in the Jupiter position, which is what I was about to speak to, we have the Queen of Coins. And Jupiter is about your finances, your acquisitions. It's about spirituality, optimism. It's about long distance travels. This Queen of Wands is the one who would be of a different ethnic background, or from another country. Anyway, Jupiter is about, it's called the good luck planet. It likes to expand things for us. Jupiter likes to give us more. In this case, though, in the workplace, romance, or if this love triangle situation that I talked about, the the Queen of Cups, Pisces, which is going to be um, Cancer, Scorpio, or another Pisces, and they don't have to be that sun sign, but they could have heavy water energies in their chart. I feel like this is the one that you don't want. This is the one that you are trying to put loose. And the reason that I say that is because if you can see the spread, the Knight of Swords, which I think is you, and the Queen of Cups have their backs to each other. So if this is some sort of love triangle, it looks to me, Pisces, like you're interested more in the Page of Pentacles. And whether or not you have decided to tell the Queen of Cups this, she already knows. First of all, she is a water sign, so she's intuitive, but she's sad about it. She is sad about it. And she was, because she's in the position of Jupiter, she have had some real expectations or hopes that the two of you, could get together and, you know, um, maybe make something blossom. Something. Now, if this is about a marriage, something that is, that you're in some sort of common law, some situation where you are legally bound to another person's resources, Pisces, I'm feeling like I said, you have been holding some things back, trying to get yourself set up, stockpiling. You've got some emotional monsters developing there, and because you're natural. If it's possible that you are going through some sort of breakup, separation, you know, the beast is going to rear its head from time to time. But I'm saying all of that to say that this Page of Pentacles could have brought you some news to where now you're like, okay, I can make that move. If you were planning to leave the relationship, and because you and the Queen of Cups have your backs turned to one another, I'm feeling like with this news that you get, that you now say, okay, action. Now I can make a move. I've stockpiled enough, got enough put away. I mean, it's almost like she's not what she used to be, or he's not what he used to be. They're not up to standards anymore. I don't even want to talk to him very much. So you be happy about this news that you get from the Page of Pentacles. Um, and but with the Queen of Cups, she had hopes for the two of you together, and now she is sad, and she is I'm sorry, someone's coming in the room, so it looked like I was waving out a fire. That was sun. I didn't want him there. I've talked way too much to have to start this over. Anyway, um, she had hopes, or he had hopes for the future of the relationship, but you know, sometimes things just don't work out. And she have to be really emotional too about the possibility that she have been pretty dependent on your resources, on what you brought to the table. And so having to walk away from this relationship, if this it's causing her some strife, and and that kind of thing happens. Now in the Saturn position, we've got the Two of Swords reversed. Saturn is about making us responsible adults. It's about commitment, discipline, order. It's all. Saturn's also about authority. It can be about older people. Um, it's also about obstacles, restrictions, delays. And Saturn can be very uncomfortable energy, and you've got the Two of Swords reversed here. So um, you kind of, in some senses, some of you just wish that all of this would just go away. because you know that there are some really big decisions that's got to be made, and you be in a situation like I said earlier, because Saturn can uh, be about authority and the judges and people that make the decisions on the stuff that I was talking about earlier. So this would be a situation where you're feeling like that you can't even make the choices that you want to make because you know your life now, because you're dealing with the court system, is in the hands of this judge. Maybe he gets to make the decisions. So you're feeling restricted because you're feeling like maybe possibly I can't even make my own decisions around this. You may be conflicted about if this relationship is breaking up. You be having some second thoughts. You may be feeling conflicted because you had a commitment with this person. And even if you made a choice to leave, that's not to say that choice was easy for you. Even if you feel like this person is no longer who they were to you, it still doesn't. I'm feeling like you still didn't want to hurt this person's feelings. For those of you that I talked about in a love triangle, this Two of Swords in the Saturn position, battle of the minds. Hmm. Hmm. I don't have a whole lot to say about that other than I just feel like that's confirming the fact that this could be a workplace romance. So in the outcome, you have the Four of Cups. Hmm. So this is the outcome of it all. In this workplace romance, this love triangle, this possible love triangle between, out there within your groups and communities or whatever, I think this Four of Cups, because the Four of Cups is about something being offered to you, and either you don't see it, ignore it, simply don't want it, or you're distracted by something else. You could be looking past this. Oh gosh, I can't talk. You either have your eyes closed to it, or you be looking around it to see what else is out there. Either way, you're not really paying this particular thing that's being offered to you any attention. And for the love triangle, the workplace romance, I'm feeling like if you're ignoring something or somebody, or are not accepting that offer of love and support, or some sort of relationship, I feel like that you are ignoring, or not accepting the offer from the Queen of Cups, this Scorpio. I'm sorry, this Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Now, Pisces, something is leading me to ask you, and this is within this love triangle. If you made a choice, you know, there's a saying that things are always clearer in the rear view. So it's clear in hindsight. Mm. Um, mm. Maybe Pisces, think a little bit longer and where it comes to this workplace, this love triangle in the workplace. Think a little bit longer before you, with these swords, before you cut the Queen of Cups out of your life. She really has, or he really has something to offer. Now, for those of you who could be possibly going through some sort of breakup with the spouse, the Four of Cups as the outcome card, to me, if your spouse or significant other is, trying to see if you guys can make it work, you'd be, closed off to that. Or where things have gone to court, I'm feeling like if there is some sort of settlement arrangement, as far as, maybe spousal support, child visitation rights, or whatever, you're not cool with what's being offered to you. And you right now you just not really be trying to hear it. And it's either because you don't want it, or you are going to attempt to hold out to see if there's a possibility for you to get more, to see if there's if you look a little bit longer and a little bit further, you'd be hoping to uh, find the opportunity to get more out of it. So it's like this first deal that they are offering you. I kind of feel like you are haggling a little bit here. If this, is about something that's going on in court, it's almost like you're haggling a little bit. You're holding out to see if you can get more. I can't say whether or not that is going to be the best decision for you. I honestly, I don't see that at this point, and we've run far longer than I actually wanted to. So, um, we can. I guess we can say we'll see what the outcomes are. I guess as we go into. But I want to say for the Pisces that are probably involved in some type of love triangle, um, gosh, if this is going on with some of you and you make a decision, I would love to know if you don't mind sharing how that turned out. But anyway, that's the way I see it. I hope to see you guys again next week.